Good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is so good to be back here on this Monday morning. Yes, March the 25th. Man, this is so great. I pray that you had a great weekend. I had a ball. Man, my weekend was great. I'm telling you, I did some amazing things. Had an opportunity to speak at a leadership conference on Saturday. Of course, we had church on Sunday. Then I had some time to spend with my lovely wife of 40 years. LaRose, I'm telling you, I love that woman to life. And matter of fact, let's put a picture of her on the screen. That is my wife. That's my beautiful wife. For all those who don't know her, yeah, I've been married for 40 years, man. I'm telling you, it's been a great journey. And of course, 33 of those years I've been walking with God as a man of faith, and it's just been exciting, you know. And I tell people that you know, three things I say: put, you know, the focus on, you know, your relationship. If you're married, three things is have the Word of God as the final authority, have Christ in the center of your life, or the center of your relationship, and then put one another first. Right? Practice putting one another first in your life, and I'm telling you, your relationship will be great. So that's just a side note for those who may want to take that information and use it for your relationship. But I'm excited to be here today, and it's just so good. It's so good to be among the land of the living. This is a brand new week, man, to do some amazing things in your life and in my life. So I'm looking forward to some great things on this week. I got a busy week. My schedule is full, and I'm just excited to see what's going to happen on this week. So you know what time it is, right? You know what time it is. It's time for Living the Amazing Life podcast. All right. I should have said that in the beginning, right? But it's time for Living the Amazing Life podcast. Of course, with your host, yours truly, Coach Tim Harrell, your motivational leadership expert, as well as your business accelerator. I'm here to help you. My mission in life, my why, is to help you succeed. I'm motivated by helping you succeed. I'm motivated by helping my family, my friends, my children, my grandchildren. I'm motivated. And look, I get so excited about helping people. I love to see the results and the response of people when I'm helping them. And it just does something for me. It's priceless to me. It's more than what money can buy. When I see the value that I add to a person's life and how it affects them and how they begin to produce because of the value that I add to their life. That is why I'm here on this podcast, is to add value to your life. So it's Monday. It's the beginning of the week. Okay, guys, I know some of you are like, oh my God, it's Monday, Lord. Like my one of my favorite motivational speakers, E.T. Eric Thomas, says, you know, thank God it's Monday. Thank God it's Monday, right? And thank God it's Monday. Thank God that you're among the land of the living on today, that you get a chance to do what you didn't do on yesterday. You get a chance to do it today. All right? You get a chance to do it today, man. So grab your pen and paper. Of course, as always, grab your breakfast juice. Grab your breakfast if you want. And we're going to have a time of just a brief discussion. I want to drop some nuggets in your spirit so that you can, use this week to see yourself go to another level in your life. Even this week, you got to believe that. You got to grab that by faith, that I'm going to go to another level. And what I want you to do before we jump into this, I want you to make sure you share this podcast with your family and friends. Make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can get brand new videos when they are uploaded, okay? And so, as always, we focus on personal growth, we focus on leadership, and we focus on business. So this is our season of personal growth. I believe that in order for you to maximize your leadership, to maximize your business, even the relationships, you have to grow personally. So again, as always, make it about you in this moment. It's all about you right now in this moment. And I want you to just focus on you today. So I just want to just share something a little bit about me. For those who don't know my story, I've come a mighty long ways. You know that old saying when the Bible says, or not the Bible, but old folks says, I came a mighty long ways. Thank God I came a mighty long ways. Here's another saying, where would I be if God wasn't on my side? Man, I'm telling you, man, I came from a mighty, mighty long ways, man. For those who don't know, man, I over 33 years ago, man, I suffered with a crack cocaine addiction. And so you may see me now, you may say, man, this guy got it going on. Man, he is doing well. He's a multimillionaire. He has a multi-million-dollar company. He's doing well. He has a very successful church. Man, married to his wife for 40 years. He's just doing great. But it wasn't like that all the time, always. It wasn't like that always. I came a mighty, mighty long ways. I'm telling you, man. And when God saved me over 33 years ago from my addiction of crack cocaine, he just turned my life around, man, and just gave me a new perspective on life, because at that particular moment, I was about to give up. I was about to throw in the towel. I was going to end my life because I was so tired of living the way I was living. And God saved me. He came in, he rescued me, man. He turned my life around. I got a new perspective on life, restored my marriage. Man, I was able to be a father to my children. I was able to be productive in society. I was able to start my business, start a church. My God, man, that's why I'm so excited and motivated to do what I do, because I know how far I've come. So everything I do now, I have to make it count. I do not have time to waste time, because I know where I come from. And I know how my life has turned around, and I know that I've made a lot of progress in my life. So everything I do now, I have to make it count. You have to make it count. You do not have time to waste. Please listen to me. Don't waste time with people who mean you no good, who don't have your best interests at heart. So you got to make it count. Okay. Somebody say, I got to make it count. I got to make it count. Not a moment to waste. There's someone counting on you. And my family, my children, my grandchildren, they're counting on me. They're counting on me. And really, that really motivates me and my why, because I know that, my family, my wife, my children, my grandchildren, my church family, my extended family, my parents, my siblings, they're counting on me to be that example, so that they can have something they can gleam after or follow or be excited about. Yeah, absolutely. They're counting on you. See, everyone is given the same measure of time each day. So you got to make the time that you have, you got to make it count. When I look over my life, the old song said, when I look back over my life, I see that I got a testimony of the goodness of the Lord. You see, I know that I got a testimony. So now when I'm focusing on doing something for me or my family or someone else, I got to make it count, because time cannot be stopped. It has no respect for you, but you cannot control how it will be used, which means even though time is unstoppable, it is controllable. You got to make it count. And what you do with it determines how you or who you will become. Can you honestly say you use your time effectively? So if you're not making your time count, after all that time you have lost, I'm here to shake up somebody this morning. I'm here to just grab you almost like in your collar and shake you and said, you don't have much time left. So whatever time you have left, you have to make it count. You have to make it count. And that's why I'm so passionate about this, because I lost a lot of time. I lost a lot of time just doing things that had no meaning, no significance to my future or who I am or was as a person. And so I got to make my time count. I got to make it count. I got to make it count. So I believe in this season, watch this now, that whatever you do, you must make it count. In other words, no wasted time. There are books you must write. Businesses you must start. Ministries you must manage. And relationships you must cultivate. Do you believe that? You believe that? That there's so much in you that you don't have time to waste? Some of us are waking up in the middle of the night because we know we can't even sleep, because we know there's much more to us than what is happening right now in our lives. There's much more to you than what you're experiencing right now. You are filled with ideas that can take you to the next level. You are filled with the ideals that can really benefit so many people around you, so many people that are connected to you or attached to you. You are filled with ideas, and we can't be lazy. We can't be procrastinators. We can't be so preoccupied doing other things. We have to focus on what counts. What counts? Let me ask you a question. What matters to you? What is important to you right now? I'm telling you so in this season of making it count, there's a new level of, when you're in this season, there's a new level of focus, faithfulness, and freedom. In this season of making it count, there is a new focus, faithfulness, and freedom. Do you feel that? Do you feel that faithfulness, that focus, and that freedom that you have when you're making it count? When you're making it count, when you're not wasting time, when you're not just going round and round in circles, like you in a cycle, and you're never you're never getting any results, so you're never coming to a place of resolve. When you're making things count, when you're making things happen in your life, there's a new focus. You got a new perspective on life. You got a new perspective on life. And not only that, your faithfulness to doing what you need to do, your faithfulness shifts. It shifts to what you know is important, and the very thing that you need to do, you'll begin to become faithful to it. You see? And I'm telling you, if you focus and your faith is on point, you're going to walk in freedom. You're going to walk in freedom. And it's nothing like walking in freedom. It's nothing like being free. Oh my God, I know what it is to be in bondage. I know what it was 33 years ago to be in bondage to my addiction of crack cocaine. I know what it was. I know how it felt and what it felt like. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it. It controlled me. It dictated to me. It told me what I was and was not going to do. That addiction controlled me completely. But when I start to say that, to myself, that I can no longer live like this, I can no longer go on like this, something has to change. And I made a drastic change in my life. And from then on, everything I did, I made it count. I put everything into it. I put all my focus into it. I put all my being and all my energy into it, because one of the things about me is, man, if once I'm focused on something, I'm gonna make it happen. Oh, it's gonna happen. It's going to happen. You see, I don't, when I know that it's something that I'm supposed to do, I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna be very aggressive with it. I'm gonna be very focused on it. I'm gonna be faithful on it. I'm gonna be faithful to it. And I'm going to experience the freedom. Today, I walk in freedom. Do you walk in freedom today? Do you walk in freedom? Can you really say that I'm free today? I'm walking in my God-given freedom today. I'm not in bondage. I'm not plagued or plagued by the things that are no significant to my life. You see, I'm free today, and you got to be free. You got to be free. And in order to be free, you got to make some drastic changes in your life. And when you make those changes, and when you set your mind on what you know you're supposed to do, you got to make it count, man. You got to, I'm telling you, you got to make it count. You do. Now, how do you make it count? Right? The way I make my life count and the things that I do count, I evaluate my time. You got to evaluate your time. How are you spending your time? Making it count is like an accounting term or something like you're spending something. You're investing something, and making it count means that you're investing into something, and making it count means that you're looking to get something in return from your investment. So when I say make it count, I mean that you need to invest in something that you know you're going to get a return from. And so when you're investing your time, whether it's in yourself, in people, or in your assignment or your calling, you're going to get a return from it. You're going to get something out of it. And you're not just wasting time. And that's what really motivates you. Because when you're doing something, I use myself as an example. When I'm doing something, I'm going to evaluate what I'm going to do about the thing that I'm about to do. I'm going to evaluate it first to see if it's worth investing in, right? So once I evaluate it and I see that it's worth investing in, then I move forward into that thing that I want to do, right? And I'm here to tell you, I'm going to get results from it. Because I've learned a long time ago. Through failure, disappointment. I learned a long time ago, man, I do not want to be giving my time to something that would not yield a profitable return for me. You feel me? And so you want to make sure you evaluate your time. How are you using your time? Dr. Miles Monroe says all of us have something in common. And one thing we have in common is all of us have 24 hours. How are you using your 24 hours? Evaluate your time, because you got to make it count. Your life, you got to make your life count. You got to make your relationships count. You got to make your business count. You got to make your investments count. You got to make the time that you spend with God count. You feel me? So evaluate your time. And the next thing you need to do, you need to organize your life. Now, you can't make it count if your life is in disarray. If your life is disorganized, you got to organize your life. And I tell people all the time, and I've said it on this podcast, is that you have to have a plan, a written plan for your life. You have to have a mission, a vision, and a purpose for your life. Your life has to be organized. Your life cannot be all over the place. Your life, if you focus on something, your life have to be flowing in one direction, like a fresh water in a river. When your life is a swamp, that means that your life is flowing in all different types of directions. It's no one directional thing of flow of water or activities that are going on in your life. Your life is just all over the place, and you become a swamp. And when your life is all over the place like a swamp, then you know what a swamp attracts, right? You don't want to attract all that kind of stuff in your life because your life is disorganized. So get your life in order. Sit down, get your journal, just write the things that you want to do, that you want to desire to accomplish in this life. Things that whether it's education, business, ministry, whatever the case may be, write it down. Say, here's some goals that I like to accomplish in my life. Here's some things that I'm going to do in the next 24 hours, the next week, the next month. Start organizing your life and just write those things down. And I don't have time to focus on this because I try to keep my podcast about 20 minutes So I don't have a lot of time to focus on this. The third thing I want you to do is set goals with deadlines. Okay. So when you evaluate your time, you begin to organize your life, you begin to set goals with deadlines, right? And that's what you want to do. You just don't want to set a goal with no deadline, because the deadlines is what I call accountability. The deadlines hold you accountable, right? The goals is what you want to do, what you desire to do, but the deadlines you put on it is accountability. So put those deadlines on your goals so you can be accountable to what you desire to do. And then after that, get started. Okay? Evaluate your time, organize your life, set goals with deadline, and get started. This is how you make it count. This is how you make your life count and the things that you want to do count. So I really encourage you to do this, and I learned this years ago when my life was a mess, man. My credit was bad. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was all over the place. I mean, it was a mess. It was a mess, y'all. And I had to come to a place, and I talked about a little bit on last podcast, is that I came to the John Maxwell team, and I began to learn some things about me and the things that I needed to do to really get the results that I was looking for. There were some disciplines that I had to put in my life. There were some immediate changes I had to make. It was almost like a matter of life and death that I had to make these changes. And nobody could tell me what the changes I needed to make. I knew what changes I needed to make. You can hear people tell you this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. Here's 5 steps to do this, 7 steps to do. You know what you need to do. You know the changes you need to make. You know the steps you need to take. You know what you need to go after. Go after what you know you need to go after and what you want. I'm telling you, do that, right? And make your life count. Make your life worth something. And when you make your life worth something, it affects the people around you. They will feel the worth from your life. Yeah, they will. They will. So you got to make it count. Here's a scripture I want to leave you with. Of course, I'm a man of faith. Ephesians 5:15 and 16 from the Living Bible. And it says, so be careful how you act. These are difficult days. Don't be a fool. Be wise. Make the most of every opportunity you have for doing good. Every opportunity that presents itself, you go after it, man. You go after it, okay? You go after it. Wow. It was great spending time with y'all today. I want to let you know I want to ask you questions. If you need a coach, I'm offering 1 free 60-minute coaching session. You can scan the QR code and click the link in this post. You can also visit my websites, and information is on the bottom of the screen, so you can connect with me. I would love to connect with you and help you in your journey. Also, you can connect with me on social media, Facebook, Instagram, X, of course, YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and like this podcast on today. I pray that it helped you. I pray that you got something out of it that would inspire you to go after what you believe that is for you, that God has for you. And when you go after it and when you seize it, you make it count for your life and those who are connected to you. Okay. So this is all the time we have today. Of course, I'm Tim Harrell, Coach Tim Harrell, yours truly. And as always, it's time for you to live the amazing life. Come on, let's live this amazing life that we have. All right. I'll see you next time.